You have set your glory in the heavens. Through the praise of children and infants, you have established a stronghold against your enemies. Silence the foe and the avenger. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have set in place. What is mankind that you are mindful of them? Human beings that you care for them. Let's sing a song. 10,000 reasons. The sun comes up into you. It's like to see the soul of
Thank you, Father God. We praise your holy name, and we thanks a lot of your gift to us and guide us until today. We are now having the sharing time with each countries. So please give to the lot of gift again and guide us. Thank you, your guide. I pray through the Jesus' names. Amen. Okay, sit down, please. So we start today's schedule. This schedule will be started at 8:30. It's already past. So I think everybody wants to speak a lot. Please be careful about time. Okay. So now start from the Taiwan. Korea. First Korea. Change. Okay. Korea team. Let's start.
Well, how about your breakfast? I missed the airplane on the first day, so I missed you a lot. And it's great pleasure and honor to have share my experience. Yeah, and I express great appreciation for the Japanese colleagues that 미안. My topic is holistic care and approach for the underserved. My name is 희철 강희철, as a trans character, and work for Department of Family Medicine, 연세university college university. I attend the Healing Mission Church, 의료 선교교회. Yeah, so it's a very important for today's my experience. So I joined church and know what the healing is. So that's the name of our church at first, but now we change our name with the Reason Church. So in Korean pronunciation, 의료 선교 교회. So 의료 선교 church, Reason Church. So yeah, that's a healing mission. But we change our name, same Reason Church, but the meaning has changed, right, and the good nature. So that means we start with healing mission with the medical professional, but we realize it cannot be done by medical professional. All the college, church members get together and go to save it. That's why my name of my church has changed, and what is the Holy Spirit is important for me. I was born here in the Korean peninsula, and I was born here and moved all around the countries, quite a long time, to follow Jesus. That's my hope, like the North. So I was born in 58 and went to medical school and become Christian at 1981 and joined Reason Church, as I said earlier, Healing Mission Church, and resident and family resident in Severus Hospital. Every Korean has finished their military service, so I become a flight surgeon, and finally I become a director of Kosan Branch Hospital with visiting several other hospitals and supervisor community health project. Many have seen this picture, or many of you know him. He's a Professor Lee. He is my mentor, and most of Christian doctors in Korea want to become and follow his track. So in my church, he gave me what the concept of holistic care. So it's a quite famous. Holistic care is a healing ministry of Jesus Christ, according to Matthew. So it includes teaching, proclaiming, healing, and it starts from compassion for them. That's all around. We have not recognized yet, but when we walk, when we meditate, when we getting old, we realize what the holistic care is the most important, and Christian should follow. It's the same in the theme of ICMDA EA conference. The song "Message Jesus Love," spreading gospel, caring, body, spirit, soul, all here. So that's all around, and we have not realized yet, but we should confess and we should realize. That's a holistic care model. Usually, a doctor or medical professional take care of the stoma, body. But it is completely connected, and all kinds of components should be healed together. Yeah, today's morning session, the pastor talked about the placebo. That's not, I think that's not correct. That's not placebo. That's a grace of God, power of God. So though we take care of here, God take care of other part. So we should realize, we should recognize what we should do and what it will be. So there's a Holy Spirit. And so one of the most important thing, the holistic care or ministry, healing ministry, as not for medical personnel, but for all Christians. So all Christians are joining healing ministry in any kinds of field. So for better holistic care and better healing ministry to follow the Jesus, we should organize, we should get together our ability going to holistic care. This is body. This is a me. So we are completely connected together. So one component, though one component have care, other components work each other. So it goes chronologically. It goes through our life. So just now, you are here, so you are very happy. But when you back to your workplace, or when you back to your school, you are in great conflict. So how can you care that by first care? When I was fourth grade, sixth grade in medical student, I learned about family medicine. And when I learned about the concept of family medicine, wow, that's what I pursued. Wow, as a Christian, I should be a family physician. So I applied because of family medicine and also become a board certified family physician. And what should I do? Take care of the underserved, take care of the wounded. So I visited several places and finally here. That's a Busan Community Health Council. As a my place, and this free window as a my house. So that's about 30 years ago, very hot and cold. So the temperature cannot be completely at that time. And I worked here at the Korean Peninsula, and here is a Jeonju, and here is a Christian Medical Center. Many of you visited or many of you heard about. And there's a Wanjugun, and this area is called as a Busan project. So that's called as a North Wanju Community Health and Rehabilitation Project. So we focus hypertension control and disability. At first, we focused hypertension control. That's the most important program in Korea at that time. But it's a quite rural area. Many person going urban area, other they suffered or they have problem and back to their home with the disabled. So disabled is a very important problem at that time. So we had helping disabled. So it's a kind of health delivery system. As a nurse practitioner, a health post, as every part has a community health worker. So we trained community health worker, about 100 community health worker, and dispatch them and communicate with as frequently as we can. So we have a kind of hypertensive clinic at 7 o'clock every 5 days. Korea's 장날, there's a market open every 5 days. So at that time, we opened the hypertensive clinic at 7 o'clock. That's why they come to here and go there work. So at 7 o'clock, and there's a community health worker we trained back to home and take the blood pressure, and nurse practitioner also go together. And for the disabled, we make many things to help them. This is a beautiful institute I have worked. So I'm the only doctor on this large facility, and my helper is them. Wow, my two boys. But now they are taller than me. Unfortunately, this process discontinued, so I should move to College Hospital, Yonsei University Medical Center. So I was quite surprised why God lead here as a community worker, but lead to university. So I think, wow, I should focus on the education for the student and resident. So I should focus as a fisherman uh, uh, for the medical student. So doing that kinds of activity, and we share that kinds of similar idea, holistic care, what the family medicine is, and what you should do. And at the time, I focused on the church or some other missionary NGOs. So want to visit many kinds of activity, free clinic, weekend free clinic. Now for now for foreigners, or compulsory weekend free clinic, going some remote rural area all day, and certain medical service, or going abroad, that kinds of things. So these kind of things give me both enthusiasm. What the one 8:25 and First Peter. So at any time you should prepare for your God. These are kinds of going abroad and practicing Cambodia. These are kinds of summer school is in Mongolia, and it's in North Korea, Tanzania, and some rural area. I've got chance to Uzbekistan and teach family medicine. So at Uzbekistan, uh, Uzbekistan, and so many conferences. And recently, on the COVID, there's a great suffering for the missionary. So how to help as a missionary in crisis of COVID-19. So we make us some group of health personnel to respond their health issues. That's the same just one. And we know where are the MDG, probably old age. So it's finished 2015. So it's mainly focused on the poor. So how can we solve the poor? Nowadays, it's a SDG. Now become SDG to 2013. It's a just same concept of holistic care. How can we provide holistic care? That's by UN, United Nations. And what stands for SDG? There's a sustainable development goal. Is there any other idea what stands for SDG? So I'm quite sure SDG is a Solideo Gloria. Solideo Gloria. So when you see the SDG, what? So that's a kind of and I'm finding new trial. That's a kinds of health and welfare social cooperative. So it's kind of the quite similar idea of holistic care with the community members. So in Korea, there's so many these kinds of health cooperative. But my dream is health cooperative owned by church. So every church member want to meet underserved, wounded, and we preach and we recommend, encourage, but there's no way. There's no way. But we adapt this kind of holistic care, this kinds of health cooperative in the church. They go through the wounded, they can go through underserved help, counseling, or kinds of comforting. So this is my final goal, and this is quite similar kinds of health cooperative where we keep there's a clinic and community meeting and education, all kinds of things together. So church can be a good way. So let's just say, so all members get together and solve together. And we should find it at any time to pursue that kind of things. Thank you. As a final model for me, governed by church. Thank you very much.
Okay, good morning everyone. Can everyone stand up and have a stretch while I get the PowerPoint over for you? Very good, and say hi. How are you doing to the person next to you? Say you look good today.
Yeah, it takes some time.
Okay, I'm ready now, thank you. So my name is Helen Kim. I won't introduce myself now because I'm going to introduce myself in 1.5 hours. But the 5 of us who've been involved with the ICMDA training, we're just going to share our experiences that we've had with the ICMDA training thus far. Too loud. I'm so sorry. Too loud. Okay. So now we have to focus. I will be speaking very shortly. It will be done before you know it. So I got to know the CMS when I was in South Africa at the University of Cape Town, in Cape Town. This is a website, it's a little bit old, but it does exist. So I want to ask if you can raise hands who got to know their local CMF as a student, or you could be a student now, not if you're not a student anymore. You raise your hands if you got to know your local CMF or CMDA as a student. Higher, up. Yeah, you're going to find someone with their hands up and high five them and say, you did a good job. Yeah, high five. Air high five. Good. And I'm sure everyone else is now found CMF. So that's why it started, and it took quite a few years before I got to get connected again with CMF and the ICMDA related events. So this is at the Tanzania Arusha Conference, the World Congress last year, where I actually started to get reconnected with the ICMDA. It was after that where I started learning about the ICMDA training camps that were happening. Say hello! Say hello! And that's me. Nobody is. It's not you. And then there was one more person there. Doctor. So we're all there. Yes, I know what I said. Well, we managed to get into the photo somehow. So yeah, so it started with the synonym course that I was attending, and then I continued with the training tracks, but I hadn't really had opportunity to give any presentations anyway, but fortunately with the KCMDA in South Korea, I had some opportunity to share about the training experiences that I had. So that's me, I had an opportunity to present, and then again at a later stage, not too long ago, 2-3 months ago, I also had an opportunity to present as well. This is my 3rd time. Yay! So I just want to share very briefly about the bioethics training track that I had attended recently. I think it had been introduced already a little bit, and it will be introduced with the ICMDA introductions, but it's a 14-part video series produced by Prof. John White concerning the principles of metaphysics from a Christian worldview. And it's covering a number of these topics, and resources available on the website as well. And if you take a look, it is based on Prof. John White's book. Yes, the videos are made from the chapters of the book. So if you want to go for the book read, you're very welcome to go straight to the book. But basically, it's trying to answer the question, and amongst many other questions, what is the source of beauty, deep order, and awesome complexity of the cosmos? And the answer is from, we need to find it as Christians from biblical Christianity. And as Living Influence says, to dwell the story of the Bible as the true story of the whole world in order to live out our mission as Christians. So we looked at the 4 principles of creation, fall, redemption, and incarnation, as well as future hope. Very fortunate to have some wonderful discussions with the lovely cohort that I was having. And also Q&A sessions with Prof. John White. I think he was able to join 2 of our sessions. Who has joined the bioethics course before? Hand up. Bioethics course. Okay. Who hasn't joined the bioethics course? Put your hand up. And well done. Next. Hopefully you'll be as well. So then just to conclude, I had a lot of opportunity to meet a number of people, come to the table with people I would never have otherwise been able to speak to. I was able to learn a lot of different things and grow just a little bit more every day. Thank you. Your laptop. Sorry, the cursor is not moving. So, konnichiwa everyone. My name is Yanaki, and I'll talk really shortly about the CNM course that I joined. So, last summer I first learned about the ICMDA and the CNM leadership training course where I was attending the CMF conference in South Korea for students, and Dr. Hedin was there as introduced me to the ICMDA. And I was, as a fresh graduate, I was very fascinated by the topics that the ICMDA offers. So, and my first choice was the CNM leadership training, which is here. Yes, and we all heard yesterday from Dr. Sanders, who is Dr. Thomas Sidnevis from the England. So I won't go into that again. And these are the topics we covered throughout the course. And topic session 8, sharing face with patients, left the deepest impression on me. So I'd like to briefly share it with you. So as doctors, we have the privilege and unique opportunity to share our faith and directly influence patients' lives, which also means we can have the opportunity to spread the gospel. Francis Green, as you see here, Francis Green, he says he's a founder of the Hospital Christian Fellowship. He says every week more people walk through the doors of hospitals than through the doors of churches. And the way we can approach the patients is with sensitivity, permission, and respect. And as you all know, evangelization or spreading gospel to someone can be a long process. It requires significant time for someone to come to faith. So this can be compared to the process of farming, which involves cultivating, sowing, and harvesting. So, first, cultivating the land means you need to clear your mind. So you need to clear the heart of the obstacles for the gospel. Next, sowing seeds is like a stage of reason or perception, where one seeks answer to questions and doubts about the Bible and God. Finally, harvesting requires one's will, as it means you dedicate your life to Jesus. However, we all know that there are many barriers in our lives as doctors, such as we don't have time, lack of time, and uncertainty about how to take spiritual history and identify patients who desire discussion. We also feel sometimes uncertain about the as we don't have much experience or training. And the patients, they can also have barriers in their lives, and these are such as emotional barriers, intellectual barriers, conditional barriers, spiritual barriers, and cultural barriers. So, how do we share faith with patients? There are 5 keys to spiritual influence. Professionally, these are these 5 C's. So professional competence, Christ-like character, compassion, wise communication, and courage. So personally, I have learned questions during my study how to share gospel with the patients in a clinical setting. And through the seasonal training course, I found answers to my questions and learned practical ways to have a positive influence in the workplace. So besides, it was a really great opportunity to meet other people from other countries and from other backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, and we could encourage and challenge one another. So these are our members from the last season course in Asia. So I would like to encourage all of you, if you haven't joined the seasonal course or if you have the similar questions like me during the study or in the workplace. And finally, I would like to conclude with the words of Joshua 1, chapter 1, verse 9, and it carried me throughout the course. So it goes, have not commanded you, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Thank you for listening.
Hello. Hello. I know everyone's tired, so I just made my voice loud. Sorry. 제 이름은 김선이고요. 만나서 반갑습니다.
Yeah.
All right. So, did anybody understand? Okay. So I know remembering foreign names is difficult. I know, but just remember this. It's not just Kim and Kim, right? So please, what's my name? Okay, just once again, please. What's my name? Yes. So it will be very great for you to call me with meaning of my name, please. Thank you. So I am a medical student in Korea, and I'm really happy and honored to see you all in this beautiful island. So now, what I want to share for 5 minutes is about here. I just want to share my experiences regarding to like portions of this ICMDA. So, once when I was an atheist, I thought and believed that religion should be totally individual. I was well aware of the influences and the power of religion that sometimes misleads people. So, as you can see this on the screen, like medieval religious trial and the crusades, crusades. Okay, and sorts like boon carriers like that. And what we believed once was right was and imposed to others to do the same was turned out to be false and only used to killing people. So even after I converted, I would omit this incident due to the time problem. Saying to my friend to go to church was really difficult because it resulted in bunches of questions that I should argue with him. I thought what I had to do was just acting right in every situation, fighting the urge to recommend or reprimand how others are living. Then I thought someday someone would get interest to God by seeing my behaviors, not by my explanations. Then one day, I was walking with one of my friends, and one man came to us and started preaching about God. He was from the Tabernacle of the Testimony. Professor, do you know about Tabernacle? So actually, this is one of the major cults in South Korea. I really wanted to get out of that uncomfortable situation. So I just ran out of there with my friend. Well, now the problem is settled. I thought, but actually, my friend was seeing with me with like curious eyes. So he said, "You just said that you believe in God." Yes, I replied. But he was just saying the same thing. He said. So I was very shocked. I think this is because of two reasons. The one thing was that my friend knows nothing. Because I hadn't said to him anything about Christianity. And second was that I was not really ready to say. And I started to realize the importance of explaining. So, when I was thinking like this, I got to know ICMDA courses thanks to him, again thanks to Dr. Hedman. It was really a coincidence to meet him very accidentally, but it was a huge turning point in my life. Many things happened after this. And this is the reason why I'm here right now. So, that's the main point. The seven leadership course was my first course. I know that some of the students here are first to ICMDA, and they don't know many things about churches maybe. But I strongly suggest that you should hear one of the ICMDA courses, and I will pray for you. Okay, back to the main point. The civil leadership course was my first course. At there was a chapter named Christian Politics. Yes, as you can see on the screen. And there, Dr. Yasuko said we have to overcome our internal fears. And the fears comes from the questions like, will I be accepted? What if the people misunderstand? But in some point, silly eye, I still thought that saying something like overcoming our internal fear only is a justification of coercing other people's behavior. So at the time, I think I just focused on how I could enhance my belief. There was no big change in my life in introducing others to God, even though I knew that it is important. So, time went by and I was studying Selling process. Actually, it was more oriented to talking to someone about God, especially to patients as a doctor's perspective. In this course, I learned that there are barriers to believe in Jesus Christ, an emotional one, intellectual one, and lastly, volitional one. But while learning how to break down other people's barriers, I found out that I have a volitional one. When analyzing patients' mental score, I found my score at the middle, actually, not at the top, which tries to share the belief. Listening to the stories of senior doctors who struggle to evangelize to patients, I determined that I should become more volitional, not just waiting others to have questions to me. So, lastly, but when I started to try sharing, I confronted another problem. When the story goes deeper and deeper, I always explain something as the believer's eye, and the long talk ended without reaching to others' true hearts. Sorry? I was just defending myself, and the talk always could not break the circle of logic. So I enrolled Confident Christianity course. It was really a new word for me. I enthusiastically studied 7 different questions, and I also learned more about other religions, and learned how to talk with them. To substantialize this knowledge, I tried to meet people as diverse as possible who has different worldviews, and tried to bring up some religious topics. Notice answering someone's predetermined worldview is not easy, but I found it interesting. So I made a lot of people who have different worldviews like Muslims. It really seemed that I finally overcame my internal fear, but one final thing was that it really told this problem to Kristen and the facilitators of this course, and thankfully they spared additional time for this. After a long conversation, we concluded like this. The root of the belief should not be originated from fear, but fear can sometimes help our belief as a monitor or as an observer that catches us when our assurance comes from our heart. For example, when it comes from vanity, arrogance, or boastfulness. Okay, so last experience. 4 days ago, when I was in Fukuoka, Japan, waiting for a flight to this island, Ishigaki, I asked one Hungarian man to take a picture of me, and while talking, I found out that he was a Muslim. So I was very surprised at myself that with no anxiety or nervousness, I was disclosing myself as a Christian and asking him his thoughts on this. So he was a very open person. He was a Hungarian. And we talked about Holy Spirit and Trinity and promised to think about it more continuously. Those are the pictures that he took for us. He was actually professional. Yes. So, dealing with the courses of ICMDA made me change in many aspects of life. And I don't want to seize it. So, Sanders, Dr. Peter Sanders. So please make more new courses like practical issues. So, sorry. I hope to introduce the courses of ICMDA to Korean CLF more because currently not many CLF students are interested. And Korean translated courses are not being held because there are few people joining. So, like Ben and Daniel here, I want to introduce more Korean friends to join. Okay. Thank you all for listening about my experience with ICMDA courses. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I'm Chanjan from South Korea and my English name is Daniel. Actually, I prepared a script, so I may sound like AI, but please understand. I'm gonna share what I felt while participating in the ICMDA program. Before we start, let me introduce myself briefly. I live in a city called Gwangju, and it's located bottom side of the Korea here. As you can see the map, it is the region famous for its delicious food in Korea. I'm in my second year of pre-medical school in Cheongnan National University. There are two main hospitals, and you can see one of our university hospital. I'm curious about this person who took a picture of the hospital like city like. I'm also active in KCMF, and below are pictures of people in my area and my school. We worship every week and share our lives. I had a semi process in June, and now I take part in Confidence Christianity with Bruno and June. I like to share the reasons why I'm participating in the ICMDA programs. First, I wanted to study how I can evangelize as a medical student now or as a doctor in the future and how to be effective. Second, I wanted to study about successful evangelism. I often try to evangelize to my friends, but there were times when I felt it was not easy and I was frustrated. So I wanted to study about what kind of mindset and attitude I should conduct. Yeah, next, I will share what I learned briefly from Confident Christianity, which is currently participating. At first, I could basically see the apostles' evangelism. Yeah, Peter and Paul evangelizing in words people understood and in an environment where their hearers felt comfortable. They also did with the opportunity for discussion. We should talk together in a place where the other person feels comfortable. Of course, when we discuss, we should aim to make them realize the truth, not the goal of winning. In addition, I also learned about evangelism, which depends on religion and worldview. For example, if I'm a Muslim, I can use common history to access and discuss differences in the means of salvation. With the people in this program, we shared our country's main religion. South Korea's main religion is atheism, you know. The yellow part is atheistic and the sky blue part is Christian. You can see the graph. Actually, there was a KCMF retreat last week. I had an atheist sister in my group. She wondered why she should think after death and why she should use energy for God. I talked with the group members about this, that we can be resurrected like Jesus and enter eternal heaven. And we can do things for God by loving Him because He loves us. Yeah. Finally, I learned that evangelism is recognizing God's sovereignty and the gospel as His chosen means of bringing people under His kingdom rule. I don't know I just told you about, had the conviction of salvation, but I believe that God will lead her on the road to salvation. Our work in evangelism has been done successfully, irrespective of how many people become Christians. Yeah, after all, to sum up all the things I've learned, it's love and humanity. That's why I chose the title of Love and Humanity. When we talk to each other at a small group meeting in the line process, the process hit your gun, yeah, actually here with us, that when you want to evangelize your patients, treat them like your lover. It tells us that if we want to evangelize, we have to think from their point of view and treat them with love and humanity. Yeah, I hope that we all be 0.9% saline and live with light and salt in the world. Thank you.
Can everybody hear my voice? Okay, let's start by introduce confident personality class. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Jun. I'm okay. Let's introduce my class of confident personality. Sorry. Oh, yes. My name is Jun, and I'm belonging to Christian Medical Fellowship, so-called CMF. And I'm a second year Sword Medical School in Jeonnam National University. Of course, and the medical service is one of my life's vision. I also like education. That's why I went to Vietnam for education. There are my partners of volunteer group. I want to give the gospels for us. Yeah, because there are the persons don't have the gospels like non-Christian. One is Buddhist, one is nothing. Okay, back to main course. I just briefly introduce my life. In this way, life is built with different experiences, thoughts, and emotions for each person. That's because the Lord God formed a man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. So we are the clay, and God is the potter. We are all the work of his hand. What do you think? Or what is important in your life? Family, love, or likely not? Whatever you think about is very important. And for me, one of the important things in my life is people to walk hand in hand with. That's why I decided to take confidence Christianity. Let's think about today. What kinds of people did you get along with? Spend your time talking with? What did you feel and what did you learn about it? Um, I want to introduce look at the Matthew chapter 25, verse 40. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Our God also reveals himself through the people you meet. You can reflect on your thoughts. Sorry, it's I'm a mistake. You can reflect on your thoughts and actions through these interactions. So, how am I treating other people? How would God want me to treat other people? The more you spend time with God, the more you can feel God fully. This is the process of being built together. Let's look at this. Let's look at this gospels. A cord of three stainless is not quickly broken, and this is my confident Christianity class. And Blue and Daniel also join this class. I have, as held, I have taken the class Confidence Christianity in ICMDA. Throughout this courses, I felt the importance of being built together. Discussing the gospel with various people from all over the world, I resolved to hold on to the Bible and move forward as a community. Hopefully, I look forward to applying the gospel's evangelism I learned in confident Christianity in my life. And I really hope everyone will remember the friends we met here in the future and the grace of God who is always with us in our lives. I bless and I love you all in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you, everyone. Student is finished.
Thank you. I, I understand the assembly very course is very important for the student and young doctor. Okay, so next, Burkina Faso.
Hi everyone, I am Sanu Hussein Hassan, and I think now everyone know where I come from. I come from Burkina Faso, and I am going to do my presentation. Before my graduation last year, I was a Red Cross volunteer for more than 3 years. In one center, we treat about all of public health in our country. We treat about COVID-19, by example, malaria and dengue fever. And just 2 months after my graduation, I become member of one NGO in my country. And this NGO was created by association of some church in my country. And I still a volunteer of Red Cross. About the topic of this conference, I think the important person in healthcare is the patient. Because without him, I don't think maybe we will be here or we will study medical study or pharmacy study. Uh, each day in our practice, we meet many persons who is sometimes Christian or not. And I think is for us the one way to touch someone who is not Christian, to bring him for Jesus. Like in Matthew 25, in chapter 25, verse 35 to 40, it is one way to serving others like we will want to serve Jesus and to touch the earth for Jesus. Maybe we have some knowledge of or some skill by the grace of Jesus. I'd like in Peter 4, chapter 4, verse this, as each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good steward of God varied grace. It's time for me also to say thank you because I participate at 3 ICMDA conference in 2019 in Korea, 2022 in Mongolia, and this year here. Thank you very much. Thank you to welcome us. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Romaric, Wedrago Romaric, but you can call me Roma. It's very easy. I'm a medical student, especially pharmacy student of Ouagadougou University in Burkina Faso. It's a pleasure for me to share a little bit messages about this exchange program title. The title is what is the less important for you in medical profession. It's very short, but I will try to. Okay, according to me,
I consider the medical profession like a responsibility. So the title of my presentation is the responsibility. All of us, we have a responsibility that because God called us to be a medical worker. In the introduction, I can say that human life on earth is a responsibility. Our skills, our intelligence, our resource and talent are gift from God, and we are the manager of everything the Lord entrusts to us. And during our brief time on earth, God entrusts us with responsibilities that will determine our relationship with Him in eternity. This implies that everything we do has eternal consequences, and it is therefore important to keep in mind that all talent must be used for the well-being of others. Then, as a health professional, the medical vocation is seen as an emblematic figure of our responsibility in this area. So, in fulfilling this vocation, uh, if it comes to questioning who is the most important person in the medical field, my most immediate response will be the patient who constitute the center of interest in any medical service, whatever is nature. Using one medical knowledge and skills to restore a life is act of fulfilling the responsibility that God entrusts to us. Through the teaching of Lord Jesus Christ in the Gospel of Matthew 25, verse 35 to 14, please, we discover the depth of the meaning of this responsibility, and we are challenged that at the end of every life, everyone will have to do an account to God of how he managed his medical knowledge and skills for the benefit of humanity. In conclusion, I will show this exhortation of the Apostle Paul in Colossians chapter 3, verses 23 to 24. It says, whatever you do, work hard in with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for the men, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. So this is the end of my short presentation. May God bless you and may God help all us to do in very committed this medical work that God gives us. So thank you so much. God bless you more and more.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you. My name is Yoni Stephen Pascal. I'm a young doctor. I will share with you shortly my experience as a young doctor in my country, because we don't have the same reality. When I graduated, one of my mentor called Dr. Soter is one leader of our ICMDA in Burkina Faso. He told me, you have to do your best to have 5 things. The first one, do your best to communicate well with the patient by your hearing, your talking. And second, you have to have compassion like Jesus. Third, you have to have courage sometimes because some situations need from you a courage to tell ingenuities or to do something. Fourth, you have to have Jesus' character. In Galatians chapter 5, verse 22, you can have love, peace. You have to do your best to have best feelings to become a good doctor. I did not understand very well, but when I start to work, I saw if the sick person who came to me in pain, and it was very difficult to work with them. Sometimes you come, because I work in emergency room, you don't have time to make a discussion with them. So you have to do fastly and better to have a diagnosis and make a right care. And as the years go by, I understand what it was meaning by asking me to have there's 5 things. So now I do my best to acquire more knowledge about medicine, to prove to make God be happy, because He told me again, if you serve the patient, it's like you serve me. So you don't have to do your best only in church. So if you take care about a patient, you take care about God. You take care about patient, but you make God win. So that is all. And I thank you because I'm very happy to have a fellowship with you. And also I'm asking you to pray for my country because we face many issues, security, and may God help us to come next Congress in Taiwan. Thank you. Bonjour tout le monde, on va aller au Burkina Faso avant de venir au Japon. Ensuite. Moi, je me nomme Paris Stevens. Bon, j'ai l'habitude de parler en français. Aujourd'hui, je suis au Japon. Mon anglais n'est pas trop, mais je vais essayer de faire mon test en anglais. I don't speak in English very well, but I try to win my test in English. My name is Paris Steven, a national certificate practitioner, laboratory technician, and born again Christian, and work at the Shifa Christian Hospital in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. After reading Matthew chapter 25, I reflected to believe is the more important person is it me and the medical professional. I received to raise medical from the many diabetic patients at the hospital where I work. After the results were very limited to call of the Gospel of Matthew to me, to my medical work, see me to spin up like plane of over wind. I continue to germinate and my which I I have been a member of the band of the Sarah Foundation since November 2018. When I was in school, my grandmother supporting me as well as medical student who study in because and after my marriage up to this day, my wife Micheline and I want follow it and the footstep of the humanitarian missionary medical team. Today we serve as religious mentor to new medical students Wilfried, Ada, Lizzie, and Narcissus. Well, for junior are the last member to join and commit to our team. There are all young people from rural area of province with the financial support from my grandmother, the outreaches, the pressure of stability and can prepare with 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 wearing for the audience and competitive student of medical school.
Hello everyone, my name is Sinima Pusone Elize. I'm a pharmacy student at the University of Ouagadougou for level 4. I'm gonna show you my studies experience and how I find some friends. In my university, since my first year study, I'm a member of the Student Bible Fellowship of my university, where we gather to start, pray together. I knew the missionary Angel One, who we called a grandma, in 2022 through another of our university biblical fellowship. And then I was welcomed in Sarah family. The exhortation of grandma and the elders of the Sarah family through the Bible were a great comfort for me. I had the grace to learn a lot from them. 1 year and a half ago, I got the opportunity to learn Ocarina online from Professor Kim. And last year, in ICMDA conference in Tanzania, was my first time to see Professor Kim face to face. In addition, we started practicing violin since the last year in Burkina Faso. Finally, I am so glad to participate in this East Asia ICMDA conference. I would like to end with a short exhortation. It's a blessing for us to be health workers or students among to become health workers. This is not just a profession, but a calling of God. Has made God has made us. God has made to us, and we will be through account to Him. Arriving in heaven, God will not ask us how many have we left in our bank account, how many village have we built on half, how many clothes or shoes we have stored in our suitcase, but He will simply ask us what we have done for Him on earth. Let's therefore know that what we do to the sick person, to vulnerable person, as well as our action towards our work colleagues, it is to God that we do. Let's therefore consider our profession as a talent we God has entrusted to us, and let us answer this as it is written in Matthew 20, chapter 25, verse 14 to 18. Let's do our work with love, pray for our patients, show them the gospel. It is then that the Lord will say to us, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your mother's happiness." Matthew chapter 25, verse 21. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Good morning to you all. I hope you are doing well. I'm gonna speak in English. I'm sorry, maybe I do some mistake. In my country, we speak only French. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I will start my presentation with introducing myself. I am Narcis. Ilbudoki is Narcis, but I choose nothing for you. Maybe it's be too easier for you to pronounce and to call me. Thank you very much. I am a medical student, specialist pharmacist, grade 3, third grade. I come from Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is a Western Africa country. Okay, I would like to start telling you my life story before coming on Matthew verses. I was born in a poor family, and you maybe you know Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is a poor country also. Maybe people face diseases like malaria. Yesterday, when we go to the museum, we speak about malaria. We have seen many pictures about malaria. It's the same, similar in my country. Malaria is a disease, and it kills many persons in my country. Uh, and if you was born in a poor family, it's so difficult for you to to get maybe a medicine against malaria. It's too difficult. So I'd like to tell you that I go face this challenge, this because I was born in a poor family. But with God's grace, uh, I am still alive. And I'm still alive, and I give glory to His name. Now, it's just to tell you also that I choose to be a medical student because of reality in my family. Because I'm many times
sometimes I see my family, they don't have money to buy like a small medicine to take when we go face malaria. And I know that many people in my country have faced this disease and they are in the same case like me. So I choose to do medical student and I become a pharmacy student. So, but let me tell you that this year in February, I lost my mother. Is the one person who encouraged me to do this study, to follow my dream. It was very difficult for me, and I think without the help of grandma, I would give up. But grandma helped me and encouraged me to follow my dream also. So I really want to thank you, grandma. Thank you. May God bless you. I I'd like to say thank you to Dr. Peter Sander because grandma saw me ICMDA page site and I got to learn many books like Daniel's story in surviving in Babylon. Thank you because these books helped me to grade up my faith. Thank you very much. May God bless you. And I say thank you also to Professor Kim because he teach Elise in Ocarina playing. And Elise also come to teach us. Elise, thank you to Sarah team. So I'd like to come now to in Matthew chapter 25 verses 40, only 40. The king will reply, truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. I was telling you this my last story by telling you that grandma did something for me, Dr. Peters Sanders did something for me, Elise, maybe I tell you this story because I want to tell you that like Matthew, verses Matthew 25, verses 35 to 40. Here is speaking. We are speaking about the goodness as this one can do. I really encourage you to try to do goodness because maybe Dr. Peter Sanders did not know that I have learned, I have read his ebook, Surviving in Babylon, another story. But this ebook helped me. It's another way to help people. Eh, Maybe people download this ebook, but they don't know Dr. It's my first time to see Dr. Peter Sanders here. Uh, but he did goodness for me. It's like this. And I want to encourage everyone to do goodness in his own life because maybe your goodness will influence another people. I I can remember like it's yesterday when I was a child and we do a team to play football on a playground. And I remember that that young man come and bring us the gospel. Uh, my family is non-Christian, so I come from a non-Christian family. But it's this day when I heard from God's voice through this man, I choose to give my life to Jesus. And uh, share gospel is a way to do goodness also. I'd like to encourage you to do it because maybe this man choose to do not sing gospel. I don't think I will be here today and I will be a Christian today. I encourage you to say gospel also um, by following. Okay, I will end by read in Galatians chapter 6, verse 9 to 10. Please, sorry. Uh, I'm looking for it. Okay, it's right. Let's not be weary in doing good, for we will live in due seasons if we don't give up. So then, as we have opportunity, let's do what is good toward all men, and especially toward those who are of the household of the faith. It's just to encourage you to continue to do goodness, because it's what our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is waiting for us to do. Because after this life, we will go to say what we have done like goodness. Okay, sorry for this time. Thank you.
We encourage every student, include the presentation very well, come from everywhere. So we will do the presentation center, I think is a doctor's lab support 6. Now is doctor's support 5. It will take a long time to translate. So encouraging each country, please to propose your translation edition finish to the ICMDA quickly. And also now we have to prepare the doctorate support 6. So everyone do. So just like our student, everyone just write one. Maybe they prepare many pages, but choose the best one or two. And the same too from the adultery department is a Indian, Dr. Sala. He will ask to you 365 days. So how about we can do, if we cannot do very great things, like the senior doctor, he spent 30 years to do. So why not? You can do the small piece, just write down, and you can use your language. And after you use the AI translate, and but you have to read by yourself, and send to the edition center of the ICMDA, and you will contribute one piece of the maybe 0.3%. So that's fine. So we cannot do very big things. Why not? The student or all of us can do the very small things. Encourage everyone try to do, and senior doctor, only one piece, please. Write down your name, present to the doctor support. Thank you.
Thank you, Hong. I think all members, we are so honored to welcome from the Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is not including the ICMDA EA, but I think the Angela, or the all members from, I think, more than 6 years in the Mongol. 8 years. so, so that means it seems to be the member of the ICMDA EA. So, thank you very much for the presentation. Okay, thank you. So we can make a short break. 5 minutes, right?